Ian, another new year, another hope for the Intellivision Amico console could come out. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't say it anymore. It's the Amico console.
The Amico console. Amico Entertainment.
So they just put out a new update video. Update email. Where's my update on here? Update. They didn't wait for us to record this time. In my head, I said, maybe they thought we were just recorded, but we didn't.
So yeah, the Amico Entertainment New Year's update from 2026 is out, and in happy home game news, Biplanes has taken flight on Nintendo Switch.
If you remember, Biplanes was like showed up in trailers here and there for like a second. It's literally a single screen, two biplanes shooting at each other.
What was always funny about Biplanes to me was that Tommy and all of them would talk about the incredible value of Amico, but Biplanes was one part of a 3-game pack on the original Intellivision. And
triple action.
Triple action. Yeah. So instead of remaking, I mean, whatever, it's ridiculous. So it's out now on the Switch.
Fast-paced dogfights or team up against enemy waves in campaign mode.
Simple controls, exciting gameplay, family games.
What does that cost on the eShop?
I'm going to guess $14.99, but please look.
You can go on.
Graviators is coming out for the Switch. So Graviators was that interesting, kind of futuristic sports game that we saw where you had to get the ball and throw it into the goal. It's from the top down. It's neon.
Yes, they were European. Those were European teams. I don't know if they were Swedish or.
And I'm happy to see it. I mean, the game got released, I believe, on Steam.
Value. It's $14.99 for Biplanes. Go on.
People on the Intellivision Amico forum, though, stated that while it was, decent, it was also kind of very hard to control and felt amateurish.
Really? So yes. They've been trying it out already. That's a shame because it looked nice.
No, I'm talking about the Steam one. It definitely did look decent. And as far as all of the games that Tommy was trying to shovel down our throats and be like, these look amazing, this was one of the only ones that I saw that I thought looked like it might have been fun to play. There's a 33% bundle savings now. You can get Evel Knievel, Finnegan Fox, and Cornhole. And then there's a Steam Publisher bundle from Happy Home Games, Finnegan Fox and Evel Knievel, which to me says, hey, these aren't selling, which the fine folks on the Amico Reddit have been tracking. These games are not selling. They're posting stuff to Facebook, and no one's liking them, commenting on them. They're simply just not getting any views. No matter how hard they try, they are not gaining any traction. Amico Home, more games, great games coming to Amico Home. So Biplanes is going to get to Amico Home in expected mid-February of 2026.
Amico Home is their mobile ecosystem, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Perfect. Which is, and this is the point, and then Armor Blitz is one that's coming. They're targeting for mid-March.
Hold on.
I don't know how many names it's at.
Armor Blitz was re-uploaded at least 3 times their trailer when they were caught using stolen assets, remember, from museum websites, and I forget the other sources, and they changed the name 3 times from Tank Battle to what a disaster. I'm sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. I think this is amusing though, because Amico Home News Amico Home News, Amico Entertainment's New Year's update, you have to get to page 1, 2, 3. You have to get to page 4 before Amico Home is even mentioned. The first 3 pages of this are about
Switch and
Steam games. So finally, they remember the plot on page 4, tell you that these games are coming.
But Ian, I mean, wouldn't you want to, I'm just a crazy thing, wouldn't you want to market your games on the console with the most user base? Wouldn't that be?
Yeah, well, yeah. But why? But then it's not going to. Anyway, I don't know what you were really asking there, actually.
I'm going to get to the point further on.
So they announced games on Amico Home. Then we get to the one that everyone wanted, page 5. And page 5, Amico hardware update. 2 years ago, we shared our phased plan to bring Amico hardware to market. Here's where we stand today.
Phased plan?
Here's where we stand today. Ready? Phase 1, establishing revenue through software. That was phase 1 2 fucking years ago. They said that 2 years ago. And it's this. Our first phase focused on generating operating revenue by bringing the Amico gaming experience to platforms people already own. Why do you need to take it to a platform that no one owns yet then?
Well, that's why I jokingly said about like, you have to push this on the Switch because that's where people are.
Oh, well, yes, but the thing is, I'm just saying the holding up the charade that Amico is its own thing, that Amico Home is truly a viable successor to the system. That should be your first page. All of this other stuff that he's doing, that he says, is to supposedly get the wheels greased for Amico, yet they don't mention anything Amico specific until page 4. So then on the hardware update,
I think we should read all of this.
Okay. Our first phase focused on generating operating revenue by bringing the Amico gaming experience to platforms people already own.
Stop!
I did. I stopped there the first time.
But let's marinate in that for a second here. The entire argument and position for the entire past 7 years has been exactly this. In that one sentence, if they had only listened to people like us and others out there that said, show interest in the games first in the modern era, because we have so much choice to play these simple games on, do that, establish that the games are worth it, then you go into the hardware route, which is a lot riskier, a lot more time intensive, and you can fall on your ass a lot easier, which they did.
If you make enough of these games and they actually stand out among the sea of these types of games, then you can have a little hardware as a treat. So, anyways.
In May
2024, we launched Amico Home for iOS, joining our existing Android offering launched in November 2023, which is just a weird way to write that.
Yes.
And completing our planned OS support for mobile and TV streaming devices across both platforms. In June 2025, we expanded our software strategy to include native ports to Nintendo Switch in PC Steam with Evel Knievel, Finnegan Fox, and Cornhole under the Happy Home Games publishing banner. Throughout 2025, we've continued developing and updating games, with biplanes now available and Graviators launching next month. And a little over 2 years since we launched Amico Home on Android with only 2 games, we've expanded to 3 additional platforms with 9 games and more coming soon. Now we are turning some of our attention to the next phase of our plan.
Let me just stop and just... That makes it sound like they've been hard at work behind the scenes and coding in their garage. These are games that have been fucking finished for like 6.5 years.
Yep.
And they're trying to make it sound like they're just plugging away more. These games have been buttoned up forever.
And I could be wrong, but my understanding is that porting an Android app game that's made in an engine like Unity is probably not that hard to get it over. But there is another post on the Reddit where, like, you read, like, he's given a kind of a sob story, and he's talking about how, like, in Biplanes, the original developer, after playtesting began, like, went and did all of these things to, like, improve the game.
Yeah.
But then he was like, and while that's a lot of work, 90% of the work involved was importing the game and blah, blah. It was just, yeah. So, Phase 2, working towards Amico hardware controllers.
Oh, this is good.
While we continue game development in 2026, we are actively working behind the scenes on our mission to bring Amico hardware controllers to market. Progress includes software development, added Bluetooth controller support, hardware planning, gathering updated component pricing, and manufacturing cost information.
This is so fucking funny to me, because this is what the smart people that actually developed and manufactured actual hardware always said. A lot of the problems when you do this is sourcing materials after it's at its end of life or after. How do you replace those materials that you can find now that no one besides you is going to want 4 or 5 years from now?
Yep.
That is such a its supply chain is such a huge part of doing these sort of things. This is where you actually have to like know how these businesses work, and not like you would say wishcast it all into a system. Well, our controller, Ian, has a shitty LCD screen, has a microphone, it has 3 different gyros, it has these fucking spinners, and it has these thumb buttons. So what is that? Well, what does it cost to get all those parts and to piece that together?
Well, and also, you designed this how many years ago? So if you did have anything that could allow for mass production of this, unless you can find all of these parts, you're basically starting from scratch.
Yes, this is 12-year-old technology now that they're talking about.
Which is something that I just that's always in the back of my head is, when is this going to be released? Like it would be like Atari releasing a fucking 7800 in 1994.
Well, they released that a few years too late, but it's sort of the same thing.
Right.
But that's the same thing. They held on to it. But
so
you are never going to get updated manufacturing cost information. Like if they hadn't done it to now, that's something that you could do. I don't know, investigate that. I don't know, the past 2 years, investigate that. Talk to suppliers. Talk to like, hey, listen, what's the closest equivalent to these little shitty thumb buttons that I tried at PRG that felt squishy and shitty? Like I thought that like these, you can do this. This doesn't take a year.
Well, I think John finally realized that the only people left are absolute bottom of the barrel paste eaters. Who don't fucking understand anything. So, a business development, exploring partnerships and funding options. Partnerships and funding options for parts. And you've tried.
You've had several.
You've tried. You fucking tried, John. You tried and failed.
Funding options. You had $17 million of funding options.
I just want to remind everyone that as crazy as this sounds, this is exactly what we were fed in 2024. It's what we were fed in 2024. Amico controllers were supposed to be in beta by summer of 2024 and in people's homes by Christmas, and no one believed it. But that doesn't matter. He's just saying the same shit again, and people are like, it's coming out.
Funding options.
Funding options. How about a fucking lemonade stand, John? Jesus Christ.
They had 4 different crowdfunding.
Are you going to start selling crack?
Funding options.
Funding options. A bake sale? A 50-50 at the local hockey game?
I'm going to pull it up. Funding options. Like they didn't have funding before. You had 2 offices. You bought a $10,000 tumbler machine and a $20,000. You bought a $20,000 button pressing machine.
And then acted like we should be impressed.
Oh God! So John, if this is like a parody or like a satire, this is beautiful.
I didn't even finish this. We're focused on Amico controllers working with devices running Amico Home, and this is maybe the funniest, providing the wonderful tactile the wonderful tactile experience that people have loved at Amico demonstrations, like our public event at Turkey Point.
Thanksgiving
Point in Utah,
which, to their credit, was probably the only event that we know of that didn't have either literally paid actors at, like the one locally.
You've got to dig into a history book to find when that event occurred. That was so long ago.
Or this was the only event they didn't have the fanboys come to, like when they did it next to the pizzeria up in Massachusetts, or the one at Zoomers here. In Southern California, or this is like the only ones. Boomers, which is the audience for this console. Phase 3 in
Amico console. Once we successfully bring Amico controllers to market, our focus will turn to the console, the complete realization of our vision for family gaming. We'll keep you updated as we make progress on each milestone. Your continued support means everything as we work towards these goals. One, I feel like there's a lot of AI in here, a lot of M dashes,
really?
And there's no fucking way John writes this way.
There are M dashes. That's the longer one, which I hate. There's no spaces in between the 2 words. Yeah, AI uses that a lot. You don't see that. That's a like old style writing that does not exist anymore.
But I just also the fact that either that or they finally paid a fucking editor to look over their press releases.
No, they ran it through AI. I know they just ran it through AI. I just think it's great that the next Playground has come out and done gangbusters, and good for them. Mm-hmm. It was reasonable. We saw this is reasonable. It's not priced badly. It does what it says it does.
Not for me, but seems good for thee. Yeah, depending on your needs.
I'm not 6 years old, so it's not for me. You know what I mean? But like for families, that's great. And I wonder if Tommy even knows of that. I hope Tommy knows that exists. And it's like, hey, Tommy, that's what you wanted to do, but that actually was a solid game plan that those folks had.
Yeah.
Because they weren't relying on, people in their 50s to have nostalgia for something that peaked in 1981.
Yeah, they didn't announce a fucking system that was going to become a family gaming console with a bunch of retro titles that no one under 40 knows. Help us get pricing right.
This is great.
One of the most common pieces of feedback we receive is about game pricing. No shit. No fucking shit. We want to make our family-friendly games accessible to as many families as possible. And we need your help to find the right balance. We're asking our community, what do you think is a fair price for our games? This quick 2 to 3 minute poll asks about pricing across Nintendo, Switch, Steam, and Amico home platforms. We're also curious about your interest in limited collector's boxed editions. We will use your input to guide our pricing decisions. Your voice matters whether you're already enjoying our games or have been waiting for the right price point to jump in. I have to say this right now. If you are asking customers what they will pay for your games, you have already lost.
But no, you can do that, but you do that years before you come out with the games for sale.
Right, exactly.
That's what market research is.
I guess, yes. That's actual market research.
That's what you should have done in 2018. Before you even develop the games, you do mock-ups of like, hey, we have a simple game. It's going to look like this. It's going to do this. What would you pay potentially for this game? And then you decide whether or not to produce the game based upon the feedback. That's what a proper market research strategy would have looked like if you were fucking sane people. You don't ask people for the price of your product after it's available for sale.
But we did but they did tons of market research.
Holy shit. This is like 101 business stuff. You don't need an MBA for these things.
I mean,
I'm like, this has to be parody.
The market research was Tommy huffing his farts and going on a vision quest, like as best as I can.
All right. Well, we're going to help him with the market research, Ian.
Oh, hold on one second. Thank you and best wishes for 2026. Okay. Thank you for being part of the Amico family. Your support helps us continue our mission, creating games that bring people together. Here's to a year filled with laughter, fun, and quality time with loved ones.
Warm regards, Team Amico. We're going to help you out, John, with your market research. We're going to fill out the Amico game price recommendation survey. Ian's going to give his responses. I'm going to pretend we're at the mall in 1999, Ian. And you go, hey, you want to do it quick? We'll give you $20. Do a quick market research thing. They pull them into a room. And I think we all have done that once in our lives.
Yep.
So let me do the display right now. And we're going to do it. So pretend in a sane world, Ian, though, that like these games aren't for sale yet.
Yes.
For the most part, you can go through this. Please recommend a fair price point for the following video games on each specified platform. All amounts are in US dollars. You don't need to answer every question or mark every row on each question. Please only mark answers for platforms and games you've played or seen enough description or demonstration of to form an opinion. Who would have seen a demo of all these, potentially? This is not market research. What is this?
Yeah.
Recommended price for happy home game products on Nintendo Switch. Please select one per game. All right. Keep in mind, again, some of these games are out and you can buy them for like $15, and they're asking you after the fact what you would pay for them.
What also makes no sense is where else would I have seen this or played this to give him a proper price point?
This is fucking madness. So, okay, biplanes, Ian. Would you pay $199, $299, $399, $499, up to $14.99, which are what the prices are on this shit? What would you honestly pay for a single screen biplanes game that's multiplayer?
If it was good, $199 to $299.
You want to say $299 to be generous?
$299.
Cornhole, the game that has awful fucking motion controllers that even the demos in the video didn't seem to be working. What would you pay for Cornhole in its current form between $199 and $14.99?
I mean, I wouldn't pay anything for it in its current form. Let's say it was a good, decent cornhole game. At 5 to 7,
but it's not. But you're just saying in a perfect world.
In a perfect world, I'm pretending I haven't played these. I'm just kind of guessing.
Okay.
Yeah,
pretend that you haven't played them, but you think that they're going to be decent. Yes. $5.99 for Cornhole. Evil Knievel, Ian. You've seen the demo of a little bike going around a loop-de-loop, and there's some physics in it, and it's simple, but it's colorful.
I would never pay any money for it because there's a billion games like it, and I own many of them.
And forget it wasn't a free game for years. So we'll just say $199 by default. Finnegan Fox, the uglier version of Fox and Forest.
Okay, so this is one where let's just say I'm going into it. I just see a platform game I don't know. I'm going to say at that level, not knowing how it plays, $9.99, $14.99.
That's a big app. Which one? $9.99?
Not 10 to 15. If I'm assuming that the game is going to be decent,
you would give it
I would say 15. I say 15 for a decent length platformer game is not a problem.
For an action platformer that looks cute?
Yeah, I would say 15 is fine, not knowing how the game is.
With its CDI graphics? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed Evil Knievel. Evil Knievel was $1.99. Finnegan Fox was, you're going to give it the full. I'm surprised. I thought you would say like $8. Graviators. How does that look to you? If that functions.
That looks like a $5 game.
At most, $4.99?
Yep.
Okay. Recommended price for the game's products on Steam currently for Evil Knievel and Finnegan Fox. Evil Knievel still $1.99, I'm guessing? Mm-hmm. And then Finnegan Fox.
I'm going to say Finnegan Fox. Look, if I'm judging a screenshot or a video, $7.99. Still not knowing if the game's actually good or
That's
not.
why didn't you say that before? For you said $14.99.
Because I was kind of misunderstanding what I'm supposed to know and what I'm not supposed to know.
I like you see like a 30-second to a minute trailer.
$4.99.
And for the other one, $4.99. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I say that was too much. I'll give you. Okay. So
in general, I would have no problems with a good platform game costing $15. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Assume you saw the video, like it said, like
$4.99.
$4.99 for both of them. That's what I said. That was crazy to say $15 for that. Okay. Recommended prices on the App Store. There's a bit more. Astro Smash.
On an app store, I mean, do I have a 99-cent option?
You are not giving that option. It has to be $1.99.
$1.99.
Biplanes.
$1.99.
Cornhole.
$1.99.
Dart Frenzy. How the fuck are you going to play that on your phone? Oh, you have to do a motion on one and look on your iPad?
$1.99.
Evil Knievel.
I mean, $1.99.
Finnegan Fox.
$1.99 or none.
Graviators.
Oh, $1.99 or none.
Missile Commands.
$1.99 or none.
Rigid Force Redux.
$1.99 or none.
Oh, I thought you were going to get $2.99. Shark.
$1.99 or none. And I'll hit you in a second with why. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be anything that I'd pay more for.
I assume the same for Google Play for all that. It's the same one. So we're going to fill out $1.99.
Here's my reasoning.
Sure.
There are so many free games on phones now
Sure.
that I'm not willing to really pay much of anything for. I will buy a phone game, but it has to be good. Like, it has to be good. I have to have played something similar before. There is almost no price point where I would pay for a mini game that is going to hold my attention for 5 minutes, because I can download it, get my fun out of it, watch 2 ads, and delete it. There's just there's no way in hell you would ever get more than 99 cents out of me for something like that.
Sure.
Unless it's a non-shovelware release.
Sure. Here's the one I'm pissed at, because I'm the idiot. What additional amount over the digital-only price do you recommend it costs for the limited collector's box edition, Ian, if it included a download code for the game of your choice on Steam or Nintendo Switch? Please exclude shipping costs, typically around $9 US, from the additional amount. Each budget comes with a 3D lenticular card, premium metal coin, and an RFID game card used to download the game on a future Amico console, or for a free Google Play download code at amicoclub.com. Current offerings include Biplanes, Evil Knievel, and Finnegan Fox. Wow. So I have all 8 of these, Ian, and I paid $20 each for the set of 4. So that's $80 for the set of 4. So that's what I got. And I was gifted the other 4. So what they're saying is, if you wanted to buy this, but actually you could play this on Steam or Switch, because I fucking can't use this for those, what would you pay for this? On top of the digital only. So basically, for this trinket, what extra would you pay? What value do you see in the lenticular card and the coin?
I have genuinely never seen the value. DuckTales remake by Way Forward did that, actually. They released a physical PS3 box with a collector's pin in it and a download code. They charged $20. I think $20 is, and I don't think that was actually any more expensive than, or maybe it was $29.99 and it was $10 more than the actual digital game. I think $10 more is the most you can get away with, and that's not even a plastic case. That's paper.
It's like a light cardboard.
Oh, that's
thing.
right. I forgot. It's a digipack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a digipack. So I would say no more than $10 more, and that's
you would pay $10 more than the game price for this.
No. Well,
that's how the question's framed.
I wouldn't pay any more for it. What I'm saying is, in a world of games getting released as download codes, I would never pay more than $10 for a package.
The question
wouldn't.
The question is framed: if you bought this and it included a Steam or Switch code over the digital only price, what would you pay? It's a weird question. What additional amount over the digital only price above do you recommend it cost for the limited collector's edition if it included the download? So yeah,
I mean, for these games, nothing. So $199. Like, I wouldn't ever want a physical collector's edition of this.
So there's an other. I can type in this has no value to me.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Okay.
Basically, I would not buy collector's editions.
I do not feel my space bar is broken, of course. I'm trying
to have too much logic to this, but no, I wouldn't pay fucking anything for these.
I fucking do not feel it has any value. There it is.
It's just crap that's going to get thrown out.
The coin sucks, by the way.
I've heard it's like super lightweight.
It's super lightweight. So I do not feel it has any value. There you go. I won't put your name, Enon, but okay. Next. Please rate the games by how much they represent the type of game that you enjoy playing with family and friends. From thumbs down up to 4 hearts.
The type of game?
The type of game that you enjoy playing with family and friends. So you and your friends. From thumbs down, 1 star to 4. Astro Smash with family and friends. Thumbs down. Biplanes. Thumbs down. Cornhole. No star, thumbs down. Dart Frenzy. Thumbs.
You could say cornhole would. I mean,
1 heart for cornhole if it worked.
If it worked, I mean, if it worked, and you look at it as like a Wii Sports sort of things.
1 star.
2.
Okay. Okay. Evil Knievel with family and friends. Finnegan Fox with family and friends. 1 star. 1 heart.
No, because I don't really play platformers with family and friends. The family and friends part here is the important part, because I wouldn't play cornhole really on my own.
Graviators. That's multiplayer. 1 heart.
The type of game, actually, that I mean, if we're going type of game, you could even say 3 stars on that.
3 hearts.
Yeah.
Missile Command.
Multiplayer Missile Command was a bad fucking idea.
Rigid Force Redux, even though that multiplayer is like a weird multiplayer. Isn't it? Is that the one that's not even 2 ships at the same time? I forget.
Shooters are single player games. Thumbs down.
No, they can be multiplayer.
I mean, they can be, but...
Shark.
No.
No, that one. Side Swipers. Good old Side Swipers. I had Side Swipers. The Matchbox game that was, Hot Wheels game that wasn't. I forgot about that.
Literally all you do is slow the car down or speed it up. No.
So from all those games, almost all were thumbs down except for Cornhole and Graviators. And that's it, Ian. You filled out successfully.
Wow. That was 5 minutes I'll never get back. The thing is, like, I give Cornhole and Graviators those hearts, not because I think those games would be good, but because those are, to me, the only types of games that really make sense for them to focus so heavily on multiplayer for. There's no reason for them to focus on multiplayer for Finnegan Fox or Rigid Force Redux or any of that other shit. They're all perfectly fine single-player games, and if they wanted games for families, they shouldn't have tried to fucking shoehorn multiplayer modes into games that don't need them. They should have focused on making different multiplayer games.
Yeah, or, I mean, you can have... I was trying to think of games that were like, hey, just a 4-year-old and 5-year-old can play those, but those end up being like the Sesame Street free web browser games.
Right.
You know, so like there was nothing. Or the Care Bears cart game that I downloaded on the phone to see what the hell this is. And it's like, it's like barely, you can barely even call it a game.
Yeah, right.
Like it's barely a game.
I bet you, Tommy. I bet you no one played it. They just looked at it and made a call. Hey,
Care Bears.
Care Bears. Okay.
Care Bears, 80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
All right, Ian. Well, that was some good market research.
great.
It's been submitted.
Good.
I think from this great market research, they'll be able to price their games appropriately, even though they're already priced, and present it in a meeting for future funding partners for options that are available. Funding options.
You are never going to get anyone to pay for these. They're just not going to.
You're never going to get someone to fund the console or controller. That's not happening, unless you find some oil chic out there that somehow says, I want to give you a bunch of money because I love the Amico concept. Like, that's about what you're banking on at this point. That's it. So it's over, Johnny.